The richest man in Babylon. A man who was tired of his own life. There's a man sitting on a low wall in ancient Babylon. His name is Bansir, and his hands, strong, calloused, and tired, rest on a half-finished chariot he no longer has the strength to complete. He is not lazy. He is not unintelligent. He is simply exhausted. Because no matter how hard he works, no matter how many hours he gives, his life never changes. And on this day, something inside him finally breaks. He looks at his empty purse, the same purse that has stayed empty his entire life, and he whispers a question many of us have asked. Why do I work so much and still remain poor? This question is where our story begins, and if you listen closely, it may be where your story changes. The arrival of a different man. As Bansir sits on the wall, his friend Kobbi approaches him. But instead of the usual smiles, Kobbi sees something unusual in his friend's face, a quiet despair. They talk about their lives, the struggle, the years lost, the dreams that slipped through their fingers. And then Kobbi says this. Have you noticed Arkad? He was once like us, but now he is called the richest man in Babylon. For the first time, Bansir realizes something powerful. If someone who started where he is reached a place he dreams of, then maybe the problem isn't who he is, but what he doesn't know. So they make a decision. Let us go to Arkad and ask him how he built his wealth. And with that decision, one of the greatest mentorship moments in history begins. Arkad speaks. Wealth is a skill, not a miracle. Arkad welcomes them, not as a king, not as a superior, but as a teacher. He tells them the truth. I was not born rich. I was born as you were, with nothing but time and the ability to learn. Then he reveals the first law of wealth. The law that changed everything. Start thy purse to fattening. Arkad teaches the simplest and most powerful principle of all. Pay yourself first. A minimum of 10% of everything you earn belongs to you, not to your landlord, not to your desires, not to the marketplace, but to your future. Arkad says something unforgettable. Every coin you keep is a soldier. Send them out to work, and they will return with more soldiers. Bansir listens and realizes he had worked his entire life and never kept even a small part for himself, just like millions of people today. Control thy expenditures. Arkad looks at them and asks, do you confuse your wants with your necessities? Most people do. Our desires expand with every coin we earn. Luxuries disguise themselves as needs. We create lifestyles we can't sustain. Arkad teaches them to track their spending, to simplify, and to live intentionally. Not to live miserably, but to stop sabotaging their own progress. No one can build wealth while spending like someone who doesn't want it.
Increase thy ability to earn. The final law is the most powerful. The more wisdom you gain, the more gold you shall earn. You are not paid by time, you are paid by value. Skills, discipline, mentorship, and knowledge, these are the real engines of wealth. Arkad's message is simple and eternal. If you want more from life, you must become more. When the men walk away, they are no longer the same. The sun begins to set over Babylon. Bansir and Kobbi leave Arkad's home not with gold, but with something infinitely more valuable. A new identity, a new path, a new understanding of how wealth is truly built. The truth finally becomes clear. Poverty is not an identity, it is a result. Wealth is not a miracle, it is a consequence. And consequences can be changed. They look at the same city, the same walls, the same people. But now everything feels different, because they are different, and so can you be. This message comes from one timeless book, The Richest Man in Babylon. If you want to go deeper, the link is in the description. Your future self will thank you for picking it up. Fade out. Music rises. Cut.
Because here in Stories of Restless Minds, we believe that transformation begins with awareness and grows with action. If this story awakened something in you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you want to keep walking this path of wisdom, discipline, and self-mastery, subscribe and stay with us. Your journey is just beginning.